Hey viewers, thanks for joining me today. I'm Todd with Simply FYI, and today I'm here to talk to you about the proper men's summer weight tactical pant. I believe these to be the best hiking and travel pant that I've owned to date, and I wanted to share with you some of the features. If you like what you see today, please subscribe and help me grow my channel. Now let's move a little bit to some of the details of the pant. I'm going to grab some notes here so that I get it right. I took some notes off their website about the material. First of all, let me share with you that these are a 36 by 34 navy blue. And if you're wondering, I almost always wear a 36 inch waist and a 34-inch inseam, so they're true to fit for me. Proper is spelled P-R-O-P-P-E-R, and if you've never heard of them, join the crowd. I had not heard of them either, although the website says that they've been in business for 50 years. So obviously a good product and a good customer service, or they probably wouldn't still be around. Let me share with you a little bit about the material itself. They call it an ultralight, 4.2 ounce, 94% nylon, 6% spandex. I myself would probably call it more of a midweight because it's heavy enough to not feel so airy, and you know, when you get it, some pants they're just so susceptible to every little breeze just blowing right through them. It feels as if you really don't have anything on. So I would call them maybe more of a midweight, but still very breathable. I paid $55 for them at Amazon, and they come in about 5 colors, I believe, and also a women's version. So let's talk a little bit about the size and how it pertains to myself, and maybe how what I share with you might help you select the correct pair of pants first round, correct size. So as I mentioned, these are 36-inch waist. I wear my pants on my hip. And to be specific, like right here is the top of my hip bone, so I'm sitting right there. My waist measures 37 inches, so 36 is all I seem to fit. And I might also share with you, you know, sometimes you can be challenged, or I can be challenged, you know, with fitting a pant through the seat. And these are a little bit loose, which is the way I prefer my pants, is to be a little bit loose. And so with respect to the widest part of my rear end, that is 43 inches. And then moving down the pant, my thighs are 27 inch, still plenty of room. And my calf is 17. And as you can see, what they call the 34-inch inseam hits me right about my heel bone there. And that measures from my crotch to my heel bone is 31.5 inches. Now I've been able to put these pants to a couple different tests, which are kind of a 180 in terms of use and temperatures. The first opportunity I had to use them was in Switzerland late last year, where my wife and I went and spent 15 days. We did a lot of walking, a lot of hiking. In fact, in those 15 days, we logged 120 miles on my wife's iWatch, or whatever you call those things. So quite active, really put the pants to the test. They were the only pair that I took. And I have to tell you that some of the real pros about them is they're just heavy enough to be warm at elevation. You know, we hiked to the base of the Matterhorn one day, and that was probably, I don't know, 50-ish, maybe low 40s Fahrenheit, or high 40s Fahrenheit, I'm sorry. And you didn't get that chilled feeling at all with them. And then when we were in the towns or the cities there, where it was probably maybe in the high 50s, maybe 60-ish, plenty breathable, very, very comfortable. And then another aspect that I always look for in a travel pant is, you know, how much they do or don't wrinkle when you're wearing them. I typically, when we travel, will wear my pants 3 to 5 days. Then I'll wash them in the hotel room or the VRBO room, in the sink or the shower or the tub. So I can tell you that these are very washable. They come clean very easily. They dry extremely quick, and I have no complaints about them that way either. Another opportunity I had to wear these is I took them on a week-long trip to Belize. And I wore them a couple days and every night. And the temperatures down there were probably mid-80s to low 80s, as well as a typical Caribbean humidity during the day. And they were plenty breathable. They weren't stifling hot like a pair of blue jeans. So passed the test for me there. In the evenings, they were obviously plenty good in the evenings too. So mountain test and Caribbean test. So they show good versatility for application for me. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get out of these pants, and I'm going to go over all the aspects of the pant. I'm going to give you some actual measurements of the pockets, the inseam, the rise, etc. The measurements that I like to have when I'm searching for a pant. With that, I'm going to jump over here to the table and we'll get going. Okay, let's talk about the features of the pant and get some measurements for you. Before I forget, these are also UPF 50 sun protection. Okay, let's start with the front cargo pocket. Two Velcro pieces. Pocket itself measures 6 3/4 inches wide, and it is 6 3/4 deep. Now, right behind that pocket is a zippered pocket, which is 7 inches wide, 7 1/4 inches deep. Pockets on both sides of the pant are identical. These are identical. These are identical. So now let's move up to the front pockets. Like first mentioned, a little bit of stretch in there. Extra reinforcement right here. Heavy wear area. The measurement across that is 5 1/2 inches. The pocket itself is 8 inches deep there and about 10 inches deep here. Next pocket, inside this pocket is a little more of a security pocket, Velcro enclosure. Very deep pocket. Very stretchable, more stretchable than this. Okay, it extends a bit inside the other pocket. Do the best I can here to measure that. So it is about 6 inches wide. Seven 3/4 inches deep. Okay, let's move over to the belt loops. Belt loops are 2 1/4 inches wide. Then have the front button, which is on a piece of material that is not stretchable. You then have the internal backup button also. You have a standard zipper with a little tab on it. Initially, I did not care for the tab, but then I remembered that, you know, some of these pants, sometimes you have a tendency to bury the head of that zipper pole and you can't get it with your hands and you end up having to come in from the back to get it. So I have decided that that's a good feature. I'll mention here that there's a gusseted crotch to the pants. And although the material around the gusseted part is stretchable, I guess it is too. It has a little different look to it. I'm not so sure that that's just all nylon with no spandex. Perhaps it's for to create a more durable material in there with the thigh rub that can occur. So now let's move to the back of the pant. And like the front of the pant, the pockets are the same on both sides. So we'll get some measurements here. Looking at 7 inches across. 7 3/4 deep. 7 1/2, 7 3/4. And then the last pocket, which I call a security pocket, you may not have even noticed it because it's very well hidden, is right here in the middle of the pant. I really like that. It is handy when you travel. It's 5 inches across. And measures about 5 inches deep. Let me go back to the rise of the pant. And the rise is defined as the measurement from the crotch to the top of the waistband. And on this pant, it is 12 inches. I will give you a quick measurement on the inseam. As I mentioned, you won't be able to see it here, but I'll take a measurement. They call it 34 inches. It actually measures out to be about right at 33 inches. Now I'm going to flip the pant inside for you real quick. Inside out, I'm sorry. So once again, let's start down on the cargo pocket. And of course, the outside pocket, which is now this pocket here, is all cloth material. The other pocket, which is the zippered pocket. Yeah, let me make sure I'm telling you right on that. Yeah, okay. Which is a zippered pocket, is actually a very fine mesh pocket, as you can see. And the only challenge I had with that was once in a while, like the key ring on my keys might get hooked in there somehow and just kind of have to unwind it so that I didn't just rip it out. Moving to the top pocket, you know, the outside big pocket, the one without the Velcro, is part of it is cloth and the other part is mesh. And then the zippered pocket is all cloth interior. Now the one thing I like about all the mesh here is, as I mentioned, we tend to do our laundry in the hotel room when we travel. We always have a full itinerary almost every day, and we really don't want to be stuck somewhere hunting for a laundromat to have to spend 2 or 3 hours at. Move around to the back of the pant. Here, both back pockets all mesh, as well as the security pockets. So that pretty much wraps up everything on the inside of the pant here. Now I'd like to talk a little bit with you about the things that I really like, and then there's a couple things that I'd like to see change. So please bear with me, and let me get these pants flipped back out, and we'll go over that. Okay, now let's talk about what I like and a couple things that I don't like. So I like the composition of the material. I really love the pocket setup. I don't know how it could be any better, really. I would like to see maybe a little bit bigger zipper pull, but this is fine, but just maybe a little bit bigger. I'm being a little picky there. So also on the waistband, let me show you what I mean here real quick. Thread this belt through here. So as we've all probably had the experience of, you're moving around or you're sitting down and get up and And the buckle has a tendency to rise up and catch your navel hair and pull that. So obviously not a real pleasant experience. So I would like to see a little different design here on the loops, I guess. Either drop them down, have them sit lower, perhaps. Could also use another one right here to kind of control that buckle area a little bit better. As I mentioned, I like the zipper pull there. Back of the pant, the rear pockets are good size. And of course the security pocket, which I'll show you a little bit later here. I really like too for traveling. Comes in real handy. Now let's talk about one other thing that is maybe one of the bigger things I would really like to see changed, and that is, as I mentioned, I wear my pants for 3 to 5 days before I wash them, and we've all probably had the situation where you're wearing your pants and during the week they just, they'll stretch out a little bit and they loosen up. I would like to see the addition of the kind of strap exactly like they have on like a pair of my khakis here. You have that waist that as the week goes on or you have more weight in your pockets, you can really cinch that down tighter to your waist, and I'd really like to see those incorporated into these pants. Another feature I really like is the fact that these front cargo pockets are not gusseted. So you can have quite a bit of stuff in there and you don't get that big swinging sloppy feel like you do in kind of a khaki pant when there's so much stuff in there and there's so much room to just slop back and forth. So I really like that design there too. So I think that's it for the pros and cons. And now I'm gonna throw those pants back on and show you how I would typically load them up for a day out sightseeing, being a tourist, doing a little bit of hiking and such too. So I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I'm pretty much loaded up with everything I would take with me for a day out, playing tourist and traveling. So let's go ahead and take a look. As you can see, I don't feel like I look too loaded down, maybe. Now let's go ahead and see what all I like to have with me on a day. So first, little 17-ounce bottle of water. Same pocket, some chapstick. Now let's move to the internal pocket with the Velcro enclosure. And I have a little bottle of hand sanitizer. Moving to the other outside pocket, I have a pair of reading glasses and a reading contact in case I'm jumping on a flight or train or where there's several hours where I want to be reading and not wear the reading glasses. Then moving to the internal Velcro enclosed pocket. I use this as kind of a security pocket, first level, sort of. I'll have small currency, some small bills of the local currency. I'll have my primary credit card and my primary debit card for the trip. Now let's move down to the cargo pockets. In this outside pocket, carrying a couple snacks, a couple protein bars there. Moving to the inside pocket, a little more secure with the zipper, cell phone. Rotating to this pocket, external, sunglasses and sunglass case. And then this I found really handy the entire time I was in Switzerland, which is to carry my selfie stick, actually with my GoPro attached to it. I'm shooting with the GoPro now, so obviously can't attach it, but I would just slip it in there, zip it up, and it wasn't going anywhere. You just pop it out. It's good size, so it's not a little bit dinky one. Carry that in that zippered pocket. That pretty much takes care of the front. Now let's go ahead and move to the back pockets. In this pocket, we've got a couple maps. And then moving to the other pocket, zippered, secured. So what I'll carry in there is my passport. And I don't hardly ever carry a wallet when I travel internationally, but if you do, still plenty of room to carry it. Now, let's not forget about that security pocket in the back waistline. So let's go ahead and come back to that pocket. Again, very, very secure. And what I use this pocket for is a second debit card from a different bank, a second credit card, different than the primary credit card, and a second form of identification. As far as money, I'll carry some larger bills of the local currency, as well as larger bills in the US currency. And that pretty much wraps it up. Pockets are empty. So I want to thank you for spending time with me today, talking about the men's summer weight tactical pant from Proper. If you like the video, please hit the subscribe button and have a look at some of our other videos. Just learning how to make videos and spending time in front of a camera. So trying to get better every time. We hope that you'll join us and be part of our following. So thanks again and have a wonderful day.